chapter, boys. Did it. Ah, 16 to 17. Man, let me just turn up the Eponema beat. Hell yeah, brother. Let's see, where do I leave this? Alright. 16, part 1. This shouldn't be so hard. That's actually what I fucking wrote. Is this a joke? 16A, or the gang starts an Atlantic Revolution. Starting off the enlightenment, 1772. A bunch of poor folks realized, oh shit, lol, we can revolt food. And stabbed their boss. Took the shiny shit to share with each other. Sometimes. Bye-bye Mughal, Safavid, and Ottoman Empire. Some were good, others, not so much. So let's focus on what's going out in the Atlantic area. It's like around South America. We got the American, Haitian, and South American revolutions, all bum-bucket punks. These revolutions were separated. You know, they liked hanging out. For, you know, Thomas Jefferson was homies with the French Revolution team. Some Bolivar hung out with the peeps over in Haiti. The revolutions led to the idea of liberty and freedom being real, except for minorities' law, and kings being a joke. So now the old system was, you know, shaken up. Shit got fucky for a bit as dust up, with peeps trying to figure out where the best place to live was and such. 16B.2, where the gang beats the shit out of some old people in funny crowns. America time, bitch, tits, let's go! After we, after we kicked the ever-living shit out of the natives, we had an abundance of land and money. If you were white and a dude, it was the life. Britain saw this, and an old dude over in Britain goes, hey motherfuckers, want some taxes? The resounding answer was, bro, get that shit out of here, ew. Old guy goes, lol, I can't hear you, I'm 46 and deaf, so we bounced. It was a conservative movement because they wanted to maintain their economic status. So it became a democratic country that was definitely not democratic in the Middle East. 16B.3, or the gang makes the heads of the French for a nobility vanish. The nobility and middle and lower class grew angry with the king and his bread cost more. They got taxed a bucking back and were made to work with no money on public roads. The revolution was a lot more violent and radical than the American one. I'm talking goddamn public executions was the only temporary removal of slavery. It came back in like a week, but you know, still radical for the time. Now, it's at this point shit got fucky. It's the heads of the revolution, a dude named Robespierre, went, hey pal, unless you didn't agree with the revolution, man stepped in the skull remover for me and made a baby Kremlin agency that killed opposing ideas by means of quick and sudden head removal. Then the other peeps in the revolution picked up their collective reverse Uno cards and went, no you bitch, to Robespierre, and removed his skull. Not a result. Women rose up and asked for rights. Fortunately, the answer was no. No kings. That was good. Democracy is pretty nice. A little bit of patriotism shined out. That was cool, too. A bit of hatred for the church showed up. That was biting him in the ass right now. Napoleon showed up and basically said, love the equality. It's cool and all, but get that liberty shit out of here. I don't want that. And, you know, he sort of rolled up, bonked peeps till it bonked bap, and no longer did he rule France. And once again, did they enjoy that sweet, sweet liberté. 16B.4, the gang gets fucked over and over again. The peeps in Haiti, aka Slave Central, saw those fuckwits in France pulled off and decided to give it a chance. Bad idea, but to be fair, it was like the only thing they really could do. You know, there was a lot of violence, like a lot. White upperclassmen wanted less trade restriction, but didn't like freedom of the populace. White lower-classmen wanted freedom of the populace, just to move local upper class. Both groups wanted the natives to not get any rights, and the natives wanted rights. They all fought, and the slaves, led by Louverture, rose up. The slaves actually won, but the economy dropped real quick because, you know, slave town central. You know, this killed the wealth, and the economy dropped real quick. And, you know, despite this, in their eyes, all races were equal, and, you know, it's a bittersweet victory, you know? This made Europeans everywhere shit their pants and put up good boy awards to protect themselves from racial equality. 16B.5, the gang fucks up revolutioning. Oopsie doopsie. Latin America was growing tired of their rulers and saw Haiti revolting and basically went, won't like it, do that, and gave it a go. However, there were a couple problems. First off, Spain had learned from Haiti and were ruling with an iron fist, as well as multiple ethnic groups with severely different cultures were forced to coexist. This all ended up leading to unifying to duke it out with the rich bitches being very difficult. Eventually, Napoleon rolled up and yoinked their gold hats, leading to Latin America having an oh shit, we can do what we want moment and finally revolting. They also didn't want Napoleon to rule, so that helped too. They were led by two holy men, Miguel Hidalgo and Jose Morelos. This one was just, it was just angry poor people, so the white rich fellas went, well, get fucked and told the church to step up, but not in a good way. Now, if the rich homies wanted to fight Spain and stay atop the food chain, they needed to unite the populace that was pissed at them, so they made nativism. All people who lived in there now were Americanos, and the enemy were those born in Spain and Portugal. This worked, and they butt-fucked Spain away, but kept that sweet, sweet colonial lifestyle. 16C.1 or the gang gets the sword info dump of what the fuck is going on elsewhere. After all these revolutions, there's some changes globally. First off, the Constitution was the news hip shit to have. All the cool kids had one, and you should too, bitch. Second off, America began its age-old practice of meddling in other people's business and encouraging revolts left and right. Women went, Mom, cricket's rights, why don't I? And the feminist movement was born. Along with that, slaves were starting to get treated like real human peeps. Effectively, three little movements popped up: nationalism, abolitionism, and feminism. 16C.2 or the gang realizes, oh shit, slavery is bad. Enlightenment and boy was faced with, human ownership for profit may be kinda bad. Religious peeps also hopped on this bandwagon and basically went, damn bro, that's not cool to the slave owners. Mainly the Quakers and a couple Protestant evangelicals. In America, this started taking off once it kicked in, we can make money without slaves, methinks. And people realized how unethical it was. Brazil was last, lol. This lack of slaves weakened the economy for a bit. And slaves didn't really get a lot of life improvements as they got a little bit, but, systems that were basically slavery with extra steps just popped up. Russia, like for example, Russian freed serfs weren't grateful as a loophole in the system was basically serfdom with extra steps, so not great. Alright, I'm pressed for time, and there's some other ones I'm pressed for time. The test isn't even in chapter 16, so read it on your own, assholes. 17, I'm fucking tired, this is gonna be shorter. 17A, 1 to 3, or the gang gets machines. Basically, we had Europe and Britain go, I now have a drive for innovation. Investors willing to take the challenge, economic stability, and a government drive on innovation. This caused an industrial revolution in both of these respective eras. Despite a lot of folks in Europe checking those industrial revolution boxes, only Britain got that sweet, sweet bingo. They had that growing economy, that experimental upper class, and that drive for innovation that one needed, bitch. 17B, at this point I'm tired as fuck, I'm not even titling my subtitles anymore. As the Industrial Revolution kicked off, Europe began to change. We got the choo-choos all up in the shit, trains everywhere, great as fuck. Factories make dope shit en masse. Shit got, you got shit en masse, when you get money en masse, and big money means more factories. Textiles got good and they got mass-produced. Food got modernized and the middle class grew. This was kind of nice. Unfortunately, like a good 70% of the population reports fuck though, and working conditions were kind of shit. Eventually, some labor laws were implemented, but it was not progress in the meanwhile. 17C, communism, some shit. I don't got any funny subtitles. America and Russia both had their own little sub-industrial revolution, which were handled differently. This one will be quick. So Russia had a unified push. The Tsar wanted machines. All they got were a growing middle class who kicked his shit in, and they got the Industrial Revolution and made the USSR. America let their businessmen do what they wanted, which led to a smooth transition and some exploitation of child labor in U.S. law. You know the usual drill. 17D, last one. Oh my fucking god. Latin America gets fucked. So much. That's it. Basically, Latin America is currently falling to pieces. Rich fucks wanted to stay rich fucks, poor people tried to fight this. So, had a big ass war a couple times, didn't really change much. They had okay trade, it wasn't great, silver, guano, tin, that type of shit, it's okay. Rich fuckers want to be like Europe, so they tried pulling some Europeans over. But, we're cool too, your little your little brother trying to impress big brother's bros, it didn't work. Effectively, this is the point where it ends. I'm too tired for an outro, so that's it for me. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I put a lot of effort into it, and I got a migraine midway through the day, and it is currently nearly 10:30. So I bid y'all adieu, and I hope you have a happy night. Bye-bye.